So my talk is entitled OpenSSF Scorecard, and I'm asking the question, do we need to improve our security practices? I probably won't gonna answer it, but I'll let you make your own thoughts. So what is OpenSSF Scorecard? And OpenSSF Scorecard is essentially a tool which is created by the open source security foundation, the OpenSSF, which is part of the Linux Foundation. And it aims to help consumers of open source software to assess whether their dependencies are safe, and also to help maintainers to improve their security best practices. So what has this to do with LLVM at all? So I'm not a 100% compiler guy. I'm also work at our open source program office, and as part of that work, I use this tool. So I'm not affiliated with the OpenSSF, but I just use this tool. And then I noticed, hey, well, we have this in LLVM as well, and probably nobody noticed, or at least not many people noted. And on 1st of November, Google's OSPO actually added a scorecard action, and also the scorecard badge, which you can see right here to the LLVM repository, and it shows up the actual score. So this action runs once a day, and you can just conveniently click on there to get the scorecard report. You can also use the scorecard tool, the command line tool, to run it and get more details. And what does the report looks like? It's actually like the following. So there are 18 checks within scorecard. They have different security or risk levels assigned. When I took the screenshot, we had a 5.6. I think right now we have a 5.8 rating for the LLVM repository. Gladly, we don't have any critical stuff in there, like no dangerous workflows. But we have a few checks with high risk level and quite a low score, like binary artifacts, token permissions, vulnerabilities. So maybe we should take a closer look. So I don't go over this at all, but there are some things we can do, definitely. So you can also go to the repository, click at GitHub on security, and there are code scanning results. And that gives you some more insights into essentially what scorecard detects. And what we have right now, if we look on the tests or the checks with sovereignty high, we have one open check regarding branch protection. So scorecard means that our branch protection rules we have in LLVM are not sufficient. We have vulnerabilities, code reviews is a thing, token permissions, and binary artifacts. And so we have 1,070 alerts closed, but that were not closed because they were fixed, because many of them were binary artifacts, and they were explicitly marked as, I don't care, this is a binary which is used for testing. So those binaries are still in the repository. Regarding what happened over Easter, everybody can make thoughts by themselves if that's a good thing or not. I clearly have no answer to this, but it is something we should consider. And the other thing is, when we look is, what could we do? So do we need to improve our practices? Well, the answer is, of course, somehow yes, but it also that not all scores seem to be relevant. I would like you to point you to the Open Source Security podcast by Kurt Seyfried and Josh Brothers, which discuss in detail which of the scores matters. So it's like they say, for example, that pin dependencies might not be relevant for all projects, and probably it's not for us. Or for example, the branch protection warning says, well, you're not using code owner reviews, by meaning code owners, the GitHub code owners review mechanism that automatically assigns reviewers to your pull requests. We can ignore this probably. But of course, we can think about branch protection and code review. But if we improve this drastically change our, let's say, established processes. And that's also one of the reasons why we are having a fluctuating score. So for code reviews, actually, the checks takes the latest 30 commits and sees whether they're reviewed or not. And I just looked it up for the last report. 14 of the 30 commits were not reviewed at all. They just made it directly to the main branch and were pushed there. So that's why we don't have a consistent score. So when I checked and submitted this talk, I think we had a rating of 4.8. Now it's a little bit higher. But there are definitely things that are worth to look. And I think we as a community can discuss this, and maybe we can do some improvements to our repository and improve our processes. And that's it. Thank you.